Winter soil prep makes or breaks your spring success, and over the past year I've seen a flood of gardeners asking the same burning question: which one is better for soil life, honey or molasses? On Soil Power, we get straight to the real field-tested truth, not recycled gardening myths. And after running a controlled experiment that shocked even me, it became clear that these two sweeteners behave nothing alike once they hit the soil. Most people assume sugar is sugar, but in winter soil ecosystems, where microbes slow down, oxygen levels drop, and carbon becomes survival fuel, one of these sugary additives can spark a thriving microbial revival, and the other can trigger a silent collapse that leaves soil worse than before. This is the full story, told Soil Power style, direct, practical, experience-driven, and packed with information you can apply today. Every winter, gardeners panic because soil life goes quiet, microbes slow down, fungi retreat, and biology becomes fragile. So the temptation kicks in: let me give the soil a boost while everything is dormant. Before diving into the experimental results, you need to understand how honey and molasses differ at a microscopic level. It sets the stage for everything that followed. So, to get a clean test, I used dead, sterilized soil. Soil with absolutely zero biology. This step is really important because it removes all the guesswork. Anything that happened inside those containers happened because of the honey or the molasses, not from any leftover microbes. Within 12 hours, the honey-treated soil started heating up really fast. But honestly, that heat wasn't a good sign. It was a microbial bloom just spiraling out of control. Bacteria were multiplying way faster than oxygen could keep up. By the 24-hour mark, the smell had turned sour and fermenting. That's the unmistakable sign of anaerobic bacteria taking over. At 48 hours, the soil had developed this glossy, wet-looking surface. Gardeners who've dealt with rotten compost or sour soil know this look. It's the shine of oxygen-starved decomposition. The molasses sample, though, went in the exact opposite direction. The temperature rose gently, just enough to show there was metabolic activity but never any dangerous spikes. By day 2, I started seeing these fine threads of fungal hyphae forming right near the surface. And the smell? It was earthy, sweet, and clean. By the end of the 72 hours, the soil was airy, spongy, and honestly full of subtle signs of early biological life. After sharing these results, I had to address another problem. Gardeners hear molasses is good and assume more must be better, but too much molasses will cause the same oxygen crash as honey. Molasses must be diluted correctly, and different soil types need different strengths. For standard garden soil, the safest and most effective ratio is 1 teaspoon molasses per 1 gallon of water. Even the best solution can, backfire if applied incorrectly. Winter soil is vulnerable, and careless sugar application leads to pockets of anaerobic activity. To apply molasses safely, just warm the water slightly so the molasses dissolves fully. Pour slowly across the soil instead of dumping it in one spot. After watering it in, gently rake the top few inches to help the mixture move downward. Then, cover the soil with mulch. 1 or 2 inches is perfect. Because winter soil is tricky, the same mistakes appear again and again. People assume honey is safer because it's natural. They assume molasses can be used without precise dilution, and they often apply sugar solutions to soil that's already waterlogged. Every one of these mistakes creates anaerobic soil conditions. After watching both samples for 72 hours, the conclusion couldn't have been clearer. Honey triggered a catastrophic chain reaction that collapsed soil biology. Molasses revived and expanded it gently. This isn't just a minor difference, it's a gardening fork in the road. If you choose honey, you risk destroying winter soil life. If you choose molasses, you fuel the microbial foundation that guarantees healthier soil, stronger spring roots, and more resilient plants. This article was created to serve as a long-term evergreen resource for our Soil Power community. If it helped you understand what really happens in the honey versus molasses microbe war, please take a second to subscribe to Soil Power on YouTube, share this guide with another gardener, and help more people avoid the winter mistakes that destroy soil life. Your support helps Soil Power keep bringing real, tested, experience-driven gardening knowledge to the world.